I'm looking for the answers. Or maybe it's the questions. All I know is something is missing. You know, when it's on the tip of your tongue, the edge of your brain, but it's driving you insane? Instead, you are the detective without a mystery. The fascinating appears mundane. Every day is a roundabout where there's never enough time. Is this life even mine? I think, why would you want the repetition to be extended? Why, if you won the race, do you keep looking for the happy ending? Maybe it's because running is all we know. Running in place, running for show. The journey feels better if we think we're the ones doing the moving, but we're being chauffeured into oblivion at a speed of our choosing. We pass by travelers who make you feel like giving yourself away is a kind of losing. The roads to inner peace have the deepest potholes. The bridges between us are crumbling. We keep failing the same way and never find it humbling, and that's when another lonely night feels more like an impossible life. Each day is so boring and cold, ain't doing nothing but getting cynical and old and running out of time, no closer to knowing it all, no closer to any of it defined, afraid to choose a project, afraid to hit eject, afraid to plot a new course, afraid of collecting self-respect. If only this were real, I wouldn't question the way I feel. I wouldn't mistake my eyes for necessary lies. I wouldn't feel like I'm living an impossible life. I want the convenience and accessibility of living in the city with the seclusion and detachment of a comfortable cabin away from it. I want to wake up to the ambience of nature instead of the sounds of ignorance. I want to breathe in fresh air instead of the cheap weed wafting over from people who live near me, the cigarette smoke of passers-by, or the sulfur smell of freshly detonated fireworks. I want to see Mother Earth at its finest instead of humans at their worst. I want to feel connected to my environment instead of tolerant of it. But I still want to taste restaurant food and have a good internet connection. I want to try new things under the protection of what my fears will allow. So I guess you're stuck with me for now. I'll keep doing the impossible without knowing what is possible, working so hard for the simplest feeling, spending chunks of my life to arrive at the intersection between a moment and a lifetime. Lost suburban swimmers with desperate city dreams. This newfound peace isn't all that it seems. Maybe it's all in my mind. Asking endless questions to find out the causes, while trying to outrun the losses. When I stop to reflect on the damage I've done, I get no further than the excuses. They're always close by. In fact, here they come. Maybe one day I'll learn to enjoy all the things I tried so hard to avoid, that surviving is not the same thing as living, that giving in is not the same thing as giving. It's hard to know the difference when you think sharing is the same thing as being generous. I once had love over for a visit, but I think it got bored. It asked me to take less and I gave it much more. I raised the expectations when all I needed was patience. Now I have no explanation for the years I've been abandoned. Era of sadness meant a period of understanding, and that caused contentment with less than I deserve, lowered the bar, traded the entire story for a few easy words. Sometimes I wonder if Prince got in the elevator and punched a higher floor. If maybe Bowie stepped through the door. I wonder if George Michael went and got himself some happy. Perhaps Bill Withers found someone to lean on, or Rick Ocasek found someone to drive him home. I look at the people who did it best, impactful lives who are still sort of a mess. Some people think I care too much, but I don't apologize. Yeah, I give a damn, but I also give no fucks. I went from hoping for a better world to hoping I can survive it. Tomorrow has to be enough.